Rwanda is one of the African countries that are still struggling to achieve social development. The historically marginalized people, formerly known as Batwa, are particularly still far behind the rest of the population. With such challenges, the Rwandan government is committed to find means of improving the welfare of some of the members of the population that have special needs. The government's endeavors are strengthened by efforts of both local and international NGOs. It is in this regard that the Young Women's Christian Association, YWCA, decided to help this category of people, as its chairperson explains.
Young Women's Christian Association,
YWCA is a Christian organization whose main goal is the promotion of women in general. This organization operates in 125 countries worldwide. In Rwanda, it started its activities in 1995. Currently, it has 1,400 members and around 16,000 beneficiaries of its various programs and projects across the country. The primary goal of YWCA is empowering women and girls for self-promotion in areas of education, social well-being, economy, etc. One may wonder how YWCA programs match with this project. We normally have various projects that involve women and girls. Among the beneficiaries and members, there are also historically marginalized community members. As we work with them, we meet various obstacles, both on the side of historically marginalized people and the rest of the population. Therefore, we thought of an approach that would help in progressive eradication of these obstacles. That is why we designed the program geared at changing the perceptions or mindset, because development endeavors go hand in hand with behavioral change.
This is backed up by research findings.
Research was carried out by a partner organization, Minority Rights Group International. This research was demonstrated that in Rwanda there are sayings and practices that carry prejudices and discrimination inflicted to the members of the historically marginalized community.
You often hear people say, such or such person is not a normal human being. He is a mutwa, just because he or she has done something wrong to a colleague or neighbor. These and other similar deeds show that we, Batwa, are not given the same value as the rest of the Rwandan citizens.
After realizing that problem, we discussed with our partners on the best channel to convey messages to the Rwandan population in order to challenge people's mindset about the HM community members. We realized that drama is the best channel because the majority of Rwandans like it, the youth, children as well as adults. A message sent through drama reaches big audiences in short time. A piece of theatre which we prepared has a particularity because it talks of real life led by historically marginalized people. Before writing it, the group of actors spent 5 consecutive days in homes and communities. This was an opportunity to witness the life conditions in which historically marginalized people live.
YWCA saw that historically marginalized people deserve special attention so that they can fight the obstacles that stop them from accessing services and develop like other citizens. This project, aimed at challenging negative attitudes and discrimination held by many of the Rwandan population against historically marginalized people. It was designed to be implemented in various phases. In the first place, families were visited and sensitized. Members got to know about this project. The community members pointed out that the negative attitudes and discrimination still exist. You may be walking and those who see you say, "Look at that dirty tkwa."
I hear people say, "I'm going to fetch water from Kabatkwa," while the source itself does not have that name. And this place does not have that name. It is just because they see us here. People label us Vatkwa in a negative way, and this is done by
Family
adults
being
and
called
children.
Mutkwa was not a problem, but nowadays it has a negative connotation. When someone calls me Mutkwa, I feel bad about it. Therefore, they are convinced that an initiative aimed at reversing such negative attitudes would be of great importance, and they are ready to participate to its implementation. If there is an action that would change the negative attitudes, it would be good news for us because it would help us feel integrated amongst the other Banyarwanda. He is not the only one who thinks that that type of play has the potential of changing attitudes of anyone who watches it. There are plenty of negative attitudes that deserve change. Example, sayings such as, "This is a Mutkwa. I can't share anything with him or her." The historically marginalized community members are not the only ones who perceived the importance of this project.
The very fact that YWCA thought that there is a section of the Rwandan population that has been left behind as people move towards progress and development, it is time that attitudes change too.
Bagenda bahinduka bagana iterambere ko igihe kigeze ko n'imyumvire ihinduka.
They were sensitized to take part in the theater, and then those who volunteered expressed their wish. A large number of historically marginalized community members came up, and the most capable of acting were retained in accordance with the project's plan. In order to produce a quality play, experienced actors known in famous plays were also recruited. After recruitment, the team of actors got time to learn about the project and their expected contribution. In order to make sure that actors get the messages they were to deliver to big audiences, they took time to stay with historically marginalized people. They shared tasks with them, chatted, exchanged, and made jokes with them. Sharing meals made both groups feel closer. They also danced, and danced. This activity of community visit helped team members to be inspired on the content of the messages to give. They spent several days exchanging on what each one experienced, saw, or heard during the community visit. After that, the artistic director sat down and wrote the play that the group rehearsed a week later. The fact that experienced and less experienced actors were trained together helped the less experienced actors gain confidence to perform in public. Among the skills they gained, the voice exercise was crucial. Before performing the play in public, government officials, YWCA members, partners and beneficiaries were invited to watch it and give their comments and observations.
Let us review the play before we perform it in front of an audience so that we may correct the message it carries or add more information we might have forgotten.
So that we might see how to work on perceptions for those who have not understood yet.
Most of the time when we talk about the historically marginalized people, what we usually hear them say or what you have answered on your papers is different from what we have just seen.
Entitled BANGAMWABO, the play was fine-tuned and then performed in public places such as Muhanga, Ruhango, Mushishiro, and Byimana. The performances were attended by crowds of people from all walks of life: children, adolescents, young people, middle-aged, as well as elderly people. Briefly, the play shows a man who comes from a historically marginalized community and had just sold his goat in order to meet various domestic needs. He passed by a bar for a drink. Those he met there realized that he had money, then they pretended to be friendly to him, yet they wanted to steal his money. They did it without minding that he was miserable. The poor man innocently believed that these people were genuine.